Dr. Godwin Ihetu is a former Group Executive Director at the NNPC. He joins me now for a conversation on the ongoing impasse in the downstream sector. Thank you for being here tonight. The federal government has come out via the minister to say that, they will not allow the situation to escalate into a national crisis or some sort of emergency. He also said that he did not know that the situation, I'm just paraphrasing now, degenerated to get to such a strike, but they are on top of it. What reassurances do you think Nigerians should take from those comments, seeing that this feud has been in the public space for a while?
Well, I think it was the minister who just said they didn't know that the matter had escalated to this point. Really, one knew that there was already a dispute going on, and between the union and the Dangote company. The point here is that over the last week, one has been watching the, shall I say, disagreements that one could saw on television, where we were told that members of PENGASSAN joined the, or rather the employees, some employees of Dangote voluntarily joined the, joined PENGASSAN, and PENGASSAN had already also notified Dangote of the people who joined PENGASSAN. What is not clear is what happened thereafter, because the next thing we heard was that 800 members who happened to be those who joined PENGASSAN, 800 members of staff of Dangote were disengaged. And following that disengagement, the PENGASSAN protested, but in response, Dangote company insisted that they were doing a restructuring of the company, and that was why those people were disengaged. So really, one is not too sure how this process happened, and one is not sure of how the communication between the two parties went. But as of yesterday, one suddenly saw that PENGASSAN was going to ask its members to withdraw services nationwide, virtually.
All right,
and that's why we have seen, sorry?
Yes, I was just going to interject and ask you, the government intervening at this time and saying that they will not allow it to escalate, whereas the NLC has put its unions on and its members on alert. The TEC is saying they will join in. They are asking Dangote to apologize and reinstate the 800 workers. And we know that today alone, there has been some economic loss for the country. How speedily, as at press time, as at we're coming on air, I don't think there's been an outcome in the meeting between the government and the representative of this association, but how speedily do you think the government can resolve this issue? It has festered for a while.
We have an emergency, obviously. The government must make sure that this situation ends today, because the magnitude of what is happening now is sufficient to paralyze quite a number of oil operations across the country. So it is very, very important that the government intervenes firmly today and to ensure that there is, in fact, agreement on the oil operations continuing tomorrow. Should not go beyond today, because the consequences can be there.
Paint us a picture as to what we're looking at, a potential fuel disruption and the broader economic instability that might result from this situation if the federal government does not come out of that closed-door meeting with some real solutions.
Well, what we heard in the media is that PENGASSAN has asked its members not to continue operation, that they should stand down, which means gas supply, for example, from the Delta, the major gas line we have in the country, from Escravos to Lagos. If what we're hearing is what is happening, it means that that system will be shut down. They will not have gas. And companies like EBI, which is a gas generating company, will not have gas to be able to generate electricity for distribution, not only in the Lagos area, but I presume also injecting into the national grid. And this may also happen with other GENCOs around the country. I understand that those GENCOs are also affected. Those GENCOs that need gas to generate power will also be affected. And one is not too sure about the downstream side, petrol and diesel. I heard the president of the TUC yesterday talking about the fact that Dangote Refinery has its so many days of storage of fuel, and therefore there should be no fear of shortage of fuel in the country. But I don't know how realistic this is, and whether in fact we're not going to get more problems from this situation.
We already know the side of the unions in this matter, and of course Dangote have come out to issue a statement. The consequences are clear if the matter is not resolved. But I wanted to ask you about the side of Dangote, who seem not to feel like they are doing any ill. They've come out to accuse PENGASSAN particularly of trying to sabotage the oil and gas sector and promote the interest of their leaders per se. They made other accusations as well. How do you look at Dangote's reaction, the body language they're putting out? Is this a fight that they really want to embark on? They've even gone to court, lest I forget, to take an injunction to stop the strike that isn't working. Is their reaction escalating the matter?
Well, I suppose, nobody can have an investment like that, and an industry like the petroleum industry, where you need to have constant flow, whether it is gas, crude oil, or petroleum products, and then allow it to be halted, even for 1 hour. Therefore, it is not surprising that Dangote is putting up a fight. But really, what is intriguing is the fact that all these matters should have been sorted out, during, say, the last week, before we came to this crisis point. And I think there should have been enough time for proper dialogue between the parties. And at the worst case scenario, one was expecting that even if there was going to be a strike called, there should have been ample notice. I don't know what is ample notice, 1 week or what.
I guess it's left for us. Yeah, I guess it's left for us to wait for the outcome of the federal government intervention, and hopefully they don't stall things for the country. Thank you very much for speaking with us, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.